Australia are in deep trouble at 133 for 5. It's going to take something special from the lower order to rescue the innings. Adam Gilchrist has 12. Shane Warne has just come to the crease with him. Ashley Giles is in the middle of a good spell, but Michael Vaughan might well now look to bring back Simon Jones. He can rattle cages and hopefully pick up Australian wickets.
Shane Warne's on strike.
Giles is coming around the wicket. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. Hit straight to a fielder. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough.
They just don't seem to be focused on this campaign.
Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. We're about to see a change in the bowling.
Adam Gilchrist takes guard.
Stopped in the covers. I'm afraid the rain has started and the players are leaving the pitch. I can't see them getting back on for a while.
Well, the rain is really starting to come down now. I guess it's looked this way for some time, and I think this could be a lengthy break. The players will be frustrated, and so are we. Hello, welcome. It's a delight to be with you again as we prepare ourselves for the day's play. The players look the business out there, and so does Richie in his seat in the commentary box.
Thanks, Mark. Welcome back to the cricket ground for this next session of play. It's edged and out. That ball was really moving. A brilliant reflex catch.
Now that's an important catch. Oh boy, is that an important catch, and didn't he do well to cling on? Michael Clarke is at the wicket.
Stopped in the covers. Stopped in the covers. Jones is going to try over the wicket. Stopped in the covers.
That's a good, tight over. Make the batsman work hard for his runs, and you never know what will come of it.
He'll be trying to bowl into the rough.
Run.
He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. Got him, yes, he's out. That was a big deflection, no doubt about it. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. Vaughan has changed his field slightly. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. An easy catch.
That's not a great stroke. It's almost as if he lost concentration.
He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be aiming for that rough stuff. That's a big appeal. The umpire says not out. Stopped in the covers. Jones is going to try over the wicket. Jones is going to try over the wicket. Stopped in the covers. Jones is switching to round the wicket. Jones is going to try over the wicket. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be aiming for that rough stuff. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. That one will have ruffled his feathers. England have changed their field. Jones is switching to round the wicket. Jones is going to try over the wicket. Stopped in the covers. Hit straight to a fielder. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He's winded, but I think he'll be okay to continue. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. I think he'll be okay. It'll sting a little though. Giles is going to... Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. Ouch, that must have hurt. Giles, he'll be aiming for that rough patch. Giles, he'll be aiming for that rough patch.
Now the bowler's giving him a hard time out there. That will have hurt. He won't want to show that it's hurt, but you sense the momentum changing.
He'll be aiming for that rough patch. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to carry on after that blow. Jones is going to try over the wicket.
Oh, that could prove costly later in the game.
It's straight to a fielder. There's just one there. Jones is going to try over the wicket. Jones is switching to round the wicket. It's straight to a fielder. Jones is going to try over the wicket. Lee waiting at the striker's end. Lee facing. Giles is switching to round the wicket. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. Stopped in the covers. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. That looked really nasty. I'll be surprised if we see him again in this innings. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. Well, that one will wake him up a bit. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough.
Well, that's hurt. You can see that that's hurt him. They don't want to show it, the batsman, but I reckon the bruise will come up. He's just got to get on with it. Rub it and get on with it.
Jones is switching to round the wicket. Jones is switching to round the wicket. Edged and safe. Jones is going to try over the wicket. Edged, but safe. Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. Oh, that could be a very painful blow. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. Tried the arm ball there. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. Giles, can he be aiming for that rough patch? Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. That's not through, he's out.
Well, if you leave a straight ball, that's what you get. That's a terrible misjudgment.
Jones to start another over of this long spell. Jones is switching to round the wicket. Hold in.
Great bowling. Perhaps extra pace did it, and it went straight through him. I mean, that's a fantastic ball.
That's the third wicket now for Jones.
What a spell of bowling this is proving to be.
He's gone for a duck.
The scorers haven't had to do much with that innings.